We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's been a mess all week, but one thing for sure, Cardi B is always getting embarrassed by her baby daddies, okay? Now, unfortunately, on Stefan Diddy's Finsta, he exposes Cardi B. He reposted this tweet saying, B-words be practicing witchcraft and still can't keep a nigga they want. Time to hang that shit up, Sabrina. He also said all that hocus pocus shit don't work. LOL. Allegedly, he's clowning Cardi B. Then he said, besides me fucking with other bitches, I'm actually a good nigga. Well, that's a lie, because you're terrible. Now, Stefan Diddy does have a lot of baby mamas, so he could be talking about other girls, maybe possibly putting spell work, but a lot of people are saying he's talking about Cardi B because remember, Nicki Minaj had exposed Cardi B for doing certain spells in ganja burn. Not only that, Tasha K has lost another lawsuit against Cardi B with a judgment ordering her to pay the full $4 million award to Cardi B in 2023. The ruling also includes a restraining order completely banning the blogger from speaking about Cardi or anything connected to the A-list rapper. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Here's my thing with Cardi B. You can take whoever you want to court because you stay in court. You stay having lawsuits. You can take whoever you want to court. You're not getting that money. Okay, Tasha K don't got $4 million. I don't even understand why she be going so hard on Tasha K. Like, I haven't seen Tasha K post anything that was untrue. I'm waiting for the post about it being untrue. What was she posting that wasn't untrue or wasn't being posted on other blogs? It feel like she only go after Tasha K because she can. She come off as a bully. That's why Stefan Diddy and Off the Cheat are her karma. Okay? That's why she getting that karma right back in her face. Because at the end of the day, Tasha K ain't posting nothing that no other blog is posting. And to be quite honest, I think Cardi B only goes after Tasha K because she feels like it's easy. Just like when Megan, went after Milagro. It's easy to go after the blogs, especially when they're black women and they don't have as much following as the Shade Room, and you can kind of intimidate them and they're not rich as you, because she won't go after Joe or academics, and they be shit talking Cardi B sometimes as well. You know, academics were saying how Stefan Diddy's baby mamas look better than her. Now, moving on to Megan Thee Stallion. Now, Megan is currently on hiatus after her breakup with Klay Thompson, but she is getting in the booth. Allegedly, Megan is planning on doing a track airing everybody out like she did on the Piss record, which went #1, and she's hoping that will put her music career back on the map. Now, who will Megan be addressing? Obviously, Gorilla's going to be on the list. Clay's going to be on the list. Tory, Milagro, Wackademics is going to be on the list. There's a lot of people she wants to address because she feels as though, especially in the black community, she gets a lot of hate. So, she going to be airing a lot of people out, and she will be throwing some subliminal shade at Gorilla Glue and Nicki. The usual ops. But she's hoping that she can get another #1 like she did with Piss. The last time she aired everybody out, that's what happened. Now, moving on from that, Rihanna is not happy with Tyla's TikTok video that she did explaining the interaction between her and Riri, the one she had last year with Rihanna, and the one that Tyla had this year with Rihanna at the Met, which was probably non-existent because Rihanna basically ignored her. But Rihanna feels like Tyla is stirring the pot or clout chasing. She's trying to use Rihanna for promotion. That's what Rihanna feels like is happening, because let's not act like Tyla don't got an album coming out. So this will definitely help her promotional wise, because at the end of the day, a lot of people are seeing Tyla as the victim. So Rihanna's not happy about that. She feels like Tyla is trying to use her for clout. And also Rihanna is saying to a lot of people that she better be glad that, Rihanna's not the old Riri. The old Riri would have thrown shade out on social media as Tiana Taylor, as TLC, as Azalea Stanks. They've all gotten dissed publicly by Rihanna on social media. And then on top of that, Rihanna feel like Tyla wants to be her. Okay. Now, if you guys remember, Tyla did an interview a few years ago and says that she hopes to be bigger than Rihanna. So that is very interesting.
Up to Rihanna, she's done an amazing job, and I hope to one day be on that level and even bigger,
Oh, yes.
Because I really believe.
Did y'all hear that? Tyla says she wants to be on Rihanna's level, or she wants to be bigger. Okay, now I don't think she'll ever be bigger than Rihanna, but she might come close. I think she'll be bigger than Rita Ora. But Rihanna's saying, listen, don't start, because when I used to drag you hoes on social media, I was the bad guy. Okay, and Rihanna's also saying, she could pull strings behind the scenes and make it really hard for other people to want to work with Tyla as well if Tyla keeps up with the antics. Look what happened to Rita Ora and TAshmiracleshow when they got on Rihanna's bad side. Okay? When TAshmiracleshow said Rihanna stole a song from her, TAshmiracleshow, where's your career now? And I like TAshmiracleshow, so it's no shade. And that's not the only thing that happened and ruined TAshmiracleshow's career, but it was one of the things that did. You got to be careful who you piss off. Now, some fans are saying that Tyla is the type to instigate things then hide her hands. And a lot of people are talking about the fact that Tyla threw subliminal shade at one Beyonce, which I told y'all she was throwing shade. Remember, she reposted Chloe, and she basically said that Chloe was copying her, saying that this was A-pop coded. Now, another fan said Rihanna's not supportive of Tyla because Tyla is seen as a threat. Now, Rihanna decided to be petty and post her first ever Met Gala recap on her social media accounts, and she's using an Ayra Starr song called Who's That Girl? Okay, so she's giving Ayra Starr another cosign, even though she's already met her in person. And she has openly said that she would work with Ayra Starr. And allegedly that might happen sooner rather than later. Now, people forget that Rihanna worked with Tems. It was for that trash song she put out called Lift Me Up, song for the Black Panther soundtrack. So she's already worked with Tems, and she's telling Camel Face that she wouldn't mind if Ayra Starr wrote her a song like Tems did, or she's going to allow Ayra Starr to sample her because Ayra Starr is signed to Roc Nation. Okay? So Rihanna's playing chess. Now, Ayra Starr responded and said icon, and fans were calling her out. A fan said girls will make a video like this together and low-key hate on themselves. You're trying to shade Tyla, right? Now, here's my thing. Ayra and Tyla don't like each other, just like Rihanna don't like Tyla, just like Beyonce really don't like Normani, just like Beyonce don't like Chloe. It's all fake. A lot of these women do not like each other. Now, allegedly, Doja Cat and Scratch Off got something in the stash. Now, Scratch Off already got her Champagne Thickums collaboration allegedly on her album coming out May 29th. I still think she's going to sell 30,000 first week, so it don't matter. But also Doja Cat and Scratch Off got another collaboration, and they already worked together technically on the Musty Walker collaboration. The song was called Go Girl, but I don't even know if the Scratch Off and Doja Cat collaboration would even come out, because Doja Cat already got 2 other collaborations coming out this year, which I've already discussed. And Doechii and Doja Cat been trying to put out music together, but Doja Cat's label stopped it. So it's going to be interesting. I think with Doja Cat's team, they really don't like working with people that are flops. You know, if you're a flop artist, you may not get a Doja Cat feature cleared, because I noticed that when Doja was flopping and when Doja Cat was red hot, even though she went on tour with Doja Cat, Doja opened up for her, I think in 2024, 2023, the label stopped the collaboration from coming out. But now Doja's hot, so they might allow it. Now, moving on from that, the man accused of stealing Beyonce's unreleased music during her Cowboy Carter tour in Atlanta rejected a plea deal and will be heading to trial the next few weeks. He's at risk of spending 6 years in prison. So Beyonce and Roc Nation are sending him to jail for 6 years. There's no way he's getting off unless he had other people working for him. If he can prove that he had other people involved in the robbery and, you know, he was just, you know, maybe the mastermind behind it, maybe he'll get less time, but he's definitely going to jail. And I just don't understand, what was the point of stealing the music? What were you going to do with it? You can't sell it because it's probably copyrighted. Like, what was the point? I guess to leak the music, but even then it's dumb because leaked music can get copyrighted. I don't get it. What was the point? If you was going to steal something, you should have stole the clothes, or if you saw any money laying around, which I highly doubt it because Beyonce's not a rapper. Okay, she's not leaving money around. But you should have stole that. Stealing unreleased tapes and music that is already copyrighted was dumb. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Linking it would have done nothing because it could get copyrighted and you still could get sued. So I think it was just the dumbest thing ever. If you was going to rob Beyonce, you should have stole some jewelry, some costumes, some hair, some bundles, and sold it on eBay at least. This was the dumbest robbery on earth. So I do have to give this dumbass man 50,000 lashes. I'm sorry, but this was the dumbest thing. Now you're facing 6 years in jail. That's crazy for something stupid like this. And I honestly think that this could be one of the reasons why Act 3 might get held up. I think that's one of the reasons why we haven't gotten a teaser for Act 3 or anything like that, because the music was stolen by this dumb idiot, okay? Just doing stuff for no damn reason. Just slow. Now, did y'all listen to the Brown album? Did y'all listen to the Brown album by Breezy? So the album's long, 27 songs. So already it's too long, so it can only be rated from 1 to 8. Okay, 8 being the maximum, can't be a 10, because no album that's 27 songs could be a 10, in my opinion. No shade. Like, it's way too long. No shade to Chris Brown, but he needs to cut back and stop releasing 2-hour, 3-hour albums. Okay, it's ridiculous. Now, Honey Pack is fire. I think that's one of the best songs on the album. Should be the next single, but it might be too explicit to be a single. I don't know. It might be too explicit this day and age. But then again, WAP was a single, so never mind. But the point of the matter is, it's very explicit song. I don't know who did the background vocals. Is that Tank again? But I think that this song is one of the best songs on the album. Leave Me Alone was a chop for me. He was basically talking to the haters, saying that people cannot control his career or control the narrative around his career, which I understand. I guess he doesn't like being compared to artists. He doesn't like, always being in the media for negative things. I feel like that's what the song was talking about. But at the end of the day, I feel like Chris Brown contributes to some of the negativity that gets pushed in the media. Now, the song Call Your Name, Sexy Red and Glorilla ruined that fucking song. So that song is a chop. Chris Brown, really? They don't belong in R&B songs. I don't get why you couldn't call Gunna or something. Like, you had to call Sexy Red and Glorilla. Like, really? And I don't know if he was talking about Karrëchë in that song. He talking about somebody spinning the block. Maybe he's one of his baby mamas, because they all look like Karrëchës anyway. But that song to me was a chippity chop. The Red Rum collaboration with NBA Youngboy, that also was garbage. NBA Youngboy does not belong on R&B songs. Now, the Vibes Cartel record, Fucking Party, that was decent. But it was decent. It wasn't great. Now, in the song called What's Love, he's definitely talking about Karrëchë. He said, if I'm being honest, something's broken, at least bruised. This shit is black and blue. Didn't Karrëchë get a restraining order on him because he pushed her down a flight of stairs? Speaking candid, ain't no bandage for the damage I've done to you. Can't dismiss it, trying to fix it. No, you gotta do what's best for you. Okay? Almost feels like it's deja vu, no difference. Heartbreak for me on loop, consistent, feels like my feelings are hostages. My heart's been turned off. That's my downfall. Okay? So it seems as though he going through another heartbreak, but he's kind of remembering a heartbreak that he went through years ago, possibly with Karrëchë because he had a baby on her, and he might be going through a similar thing right now, even though he just had a baby with a Karrëchë lookalike again. But in my opinion, I would give this album maybe like a 6 out of 10 because there's too many unnecessary features for me and the album is too long. I got some tea on Patreon on Tyler, Ree, Clay and Megan, Jocelyn Hernandez, and Zeus. Link in description, and I hope you guys have a great day.